Welcome to the new emission of Jerry's podcast. This week's topic will be about SDG 14 and its impact on Mexico's coast. Do you know what this SDG is about? Let's find out. The Sustainable Development Goal number 14 refers to the conservation and sustainable use of the oceans, seas, and marine resources. They address problems as ocean acidification caused by the uptake of atmospheric CO2, as well as the need to achieve a sustainable development of fisheries and fish stocks to be maintained at a biologically sustainable level, as to increase the natural protected areas, as to illegal fishing, and more, which are issues that are caused primarily by human actions. The sustainable management, conservation, and restoration of coastal and marine ecosystems are vital to support the continued provision of ecosystem services on which people depend. A low carbon emission trajectory is indispensable to preserve the health of the ocean. Which leads to the topic of the project, the issue of sargassum or seaweed in the peninsula of Yucatan and Quintana Roo. You may wonder what sargassum is. It is a type of algae that floats in island-like masses and never attaches to the seafloor, making it difficult to clean. Floating rafts of sargassum can stretch for miles across the ocean. This floating habitat provides food, refuge, and breeding grounds for an array of animals such as fishes, sea turtles, marine birds, crabs, shrimp, and more. The infestation in Mexico was first reported in 2014 and has worsened every year since, having a direct effect on the tourism industry of this part of Mexico and other countries. Mexico has already spent $17 million so far this year in an attempt to clear 500,000 tons of the plant from its coastline, but these efforts are proving to be futile. The concerning fact here is that this year the President of Mexico, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, stated in a morning meeting that it was a minor issue. He said that he was not worried about it causing major damage to the tourist-dependent region. Locals have been starting to recollect manually the algae from the beach, but it has been a very difficult and long work. Some private enterprises have proposed some green alternatives to get rid of the tons collected, such as the production of bricks made out mainly of sargassum, or else the production of sargassum mushrooms as a food alternative. The fact is that with a sustainable set of mind, a lot of things could be done about it, as other issues the SDGs addressed. The important thing is to inform well the population about their importance and the alternatives they have as solutions. This is a work that must be done by everyone since our dear Earth is the one affected by our own actions. This is why I had interest on asking people about the issue, and as part of this week's emission, we will interview Yolanda Cisneros, who is a citizen of Quintana Roo since 2001. She's 41 and she's a biologist, and she's concerned about all that is happening. Hello, Yolanda. Do you know what sargassum is and why it represents a problem to the environment?
Sargassum is a very interesting species because it's a type of algae that does not attach to the seafloor and floats because of the gases that are inside the very like balls it grows. But it represents a problem to the environment because of the overpopulation that has occurred since some years ago. So the infestation in the beaches and the CO2 emissions it produces have become a very concerning issue in this area of the country.
That's very interesting. And tell us, has your daily life been affected directly or indirectly to any extent by this issue?
As another factor for the climate change, in a way it affects us all, and we all should be as concerned as the people who work or live in the ocean. Nevertheless, I admit my life has not been as affected as other people's because my work doesn't depend on any activity performed on the ocean.
And finally, have you done any action in regard of the problematic?
I have participated in some programs that organize groups of people that are concerned and want to help. It is called Yo Quiero a Cancún. Every other Sunday, we go to a different place to recollect all the sargassum that is just by the shore. It is fun because you can go with your friends, but sincerely, I sometimes think of it as cleaning your own house, and it has never been an ending task. After all the collect, we give the bags to the responsible people of the programs, and most of the algae is recycled.
That will be all. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Anytime you have any other questions, don't doubt on asking me.
After all the investigation, research, and interviews we done to this project, We conclude that the important factor of this SDG is that helping it to fulfill its purpose is very easy and can be accomplished through everyday activities. That is the reason it was chosen, because everyone can help with a little of reliable information, which is the cornerstone of this message. Ignorance is the threat to all that the SDGs focus on.